And I told them clearly that in these elections, these are areas we are getting our staff from. That nobody should sponsor anybody because we will not accept. And we have not deviated. This is the point. We have not deviated by 1 inch from what we told the people from the day we came here. We have not collected lists from anybody. We have not collected any 2 lists from the university. I have only 1 list that was signed by the Vice Chancellor. I have only 1 that was signed by the Vice Chancellor of Tueke University. I also have only 1 list that was signed by the Director of the College of Education of Amoke. So these are the lists. I also have lists that were signed by heads of federal agencies in the state that we wrote to. Not all the federal agencies. Those that we wrote to. This list, I said, must be signed by the heads. And why we are emphasizing this is that in the past, we used to take ACON staff, and when they commit crime, you go to their institutions. The institution will wash their hand off that you came and picked somebody. This time around, we are collecting. We are not recruiting. We are collecting from this institution so that if they go astray, we go to the institution and they have to be punished. We have also in this election, let people know, we have also collected staff from 5 states. 5 states. Staff of INEC from Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Bayelsa, Edo, and Delta are all arriving here for election duty.
Okay.
They are not only coming to supervise, they are going to be involved directly in election duty.
Okay, let's look at the training of...
in the way that is
just a moment.
I'm free.
Okay, all right. Just a moment. Let me quickly ask you this. You've talked about the training of these people, and you said that you've not even started the training of the ad hoc staff, if I heard you clearly. When are you starting the training of the ad hoc staff, and considering the little changes that happened to the INEC guidelines from the experience of Bayelsa supplementary election, what are you putting in place to make sure that the people in the state are aware of the new changes? 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., that's the new change in the INEC guideline.
Today, the ones that are coming from the university are going to be collation officers and returning officers, and their training will come on the 17th, which is tomorrow. So we have a timeline. It is not that we are not training our staff. Those things that were supposed to be done on Monday, we had taken care of that. Up till today, we have taken care of that. That which is to be done tomorrow will be done tomorrow. So we cannot jump from this to that. Because in this training, you have to train first the SPOs. The SPOs are linked between the commission and the presiding officers. So you train them first, and you also select from them to train the other multitude of staff, of ACON staff. So that is what we have. I said I will have a timeline. The only set of persons that we have not yet trained are the collation officers whose date for training is slated for 17.
Okay, quickly tell us about the issues of logistics. We know that there is a similar terrain with Bayelsa, and there was a major problem in terms of logistics, especially those communities that are on the water. What is INEC doing to forestall this kind of challenge in terms of movement of personnel and materials?
Let me start from saying that this election is an abridge of accreditation and voting. So election will last for 6 hours, from the hours of 8 to the hours of 2. And that means that commencement of election by 8 is paramount to what we are doing. That is why we have created 87 racks. Racks are places that are created in the community for the domicile of materials and personnel, so that on the election day, people will only move a period of 10 minutes and get to the polling units. And that is why we are appealing to people, those who used to block the road, block people, allowed INEC to do its work. Allowed INEC to deploy to the racks where we have studied that the only way for us to be able to commence election on time is to domicile the materials and personnel in those communities that election will take place. And we have selected these places all over the states. And we want people should allow this process to take place. And when we take the people on Friday to all these places, by Saturday morning, every polling unit in the state will be occupied.
Are you saying that INEC is 100% ready for this River State rerun election? I'm asking you, are you sure that INEC is 100% ready for these elections?
We are ready for the elections. What are there? We have deployed all the non-sensitive materials to the LGA. By tomorrow, I have said the sensitive material will arrive. In short, in the meeting today with the central bank, I've told central bank that the material must not come today to our office because I don't want it to slip. I want a situation where all the agents of the parties will be there tomorrow morning. Then central bank should deliver the material to us in the open there, and it will be removed from their vehicle, open it up there in front of every agent, and then we now deploy them to the local government. This is exactly the method that we are going to use. We have already written to the parties to bring their agents as early as possible so that this material, they can see when they arrive from central bank and can see how they move to the local government, and their agents at the local government can also see how this material moves to the rack.
Okay.
I love when people say that result sheets are going to be changed and all these things. I think maybe the people don't know the commission very well.
Okay.
We
Elder
result
Niadi, many thanks.